Hello, good morning. Myself Dr. Poonam Dugje. Today we will discuss about nucleus. In nucleus, here size, shape, ultrastructure, nucleolus and nuclear sac. So see, nucleus. What is nucleus? The nucleus is the most prominent organelle in a cell. So nucleus houses the cell's DNA and directs the synthesis of ribosomes and proteins. So in nucleus, there are the different type of functions. So here first, how its size, shape, and number and position. So in the size, here the size varies according to the cell type, but in general ratio, the nucleoplasmic index is the NP, and NP is equal to nuclear volume divided by volume of cytoplasm, that is the Vn, Vc, and nuclear volume is the index of nucleoplasmic index. So here the size, but in general the ratio exists between the nuclear volume and the volume of the cytoplasm, and this is the characteristics for each cell type. So this can be expressed numerically by nucleoplasmic index. In the nucleoplasmic index, here the nuclear volume divided by volume of cytoplasm. See, nuclear volume, total nuclear volume divided by volume of cytoplasm, that is the outer surface of nucleus, that is the in cells the cytoplasm. Got it? Nuclear volume, where its position in the cell is the central part, is the nucleus, and this nucleus is the nuclear volume divided by volume of cytoplasm, that is the outer volume of the cytoplasm, minus nuclear volume, that is the ratio of nucleoplasmic index. Then its position, the position of nucleus is variable, whereas in embryonic cells is the center in position, and the adipose tissues is peripheral, and the glandular cells here the basal regions. So the position is variable. It may be lateral become dispersed in the position. In the embryonic cells, the nucleus is central in position but may lateral become displaced. And in adipose tissues cell, the nucleus in peripheral, whereas in glandular cells, the nucleus is situated at the basal region. So it's variable cell to cell or its functions. Got it? Then it's a number. Almost all the higher cells possess the nucleus. Almost all. Here, almost all higher cells possess the nucleus. The mature RBCs of mammals are without nuclei, but in the mature RBCs cells, the mammals are without nuclei. However, the nuclei are present in the immature stage of RBCs. So that is, no one cells are without nuclei, but RBCs, mature RBCs, is without nuclei, but in immature stage of the RBCs, there the nuclei are present. So the almost all the higher cell possess the nucleus. Here, type of nucleus, number of nucleus in per cells. So there are the mononucleated cells, that is the single nucleus in a per cell. Binucleated cells, that is the two nuclei present in a cell, than the multinucleated or the polynucleated cells. Here the multinucleated cells, they are the possess more than one nucleus called the poly or multinucleated cells. So however, a single nucleus called mononucleated cell, but these are different cells which possess more than one nucleus called the poly or the multinucleated cells. If two nuclei are present, called the binucleated cells. Example: Paramecia, Verticilla, Blattidium, that is okay. Paramecium, Verticilla, Blattidium exhibit polynucleated cells. So the polykaryocytes of bone marrow have up to 100 nuclei. See, multinucleated or polynucleated example is the bone marrow have up to 100 nuclei. Sometimes Some cells do not show cellular boundaries in the mass of protoplasm. So such multinucleated mass of protoplasm is called as the synetium. Got it? Here the number is a variable number almost in all cells. Some cells mononucleated, binucleated or multi or the polynucleated cells. Got it? There the according its shape, it's a different name. Here the shape of the nucleus also varies in different cells. It generally spherical in the cuboidal or the polyhedral cells. Generally structure is here the spherical, cuboidal or the polyhedral cells. And the disc shape is in squamous epithelium. In the columnar epithelium cells, the nucleus is ovoid and elongated. So the nuclei are bilobed or multilobed in bilobed or multilobed leukocytes. Otherwise, variation in shape like horseshoe shape, branch periforms in the kidney shape, that is the spindle shape, elliptical, etc. have also been observed in other cells. Here the different type of cells up to n. So first is the mononucleated cells, that is the single cell. Binucleated, that is the two nuclei. Mononucleated means a single nuclei. Binucleated, two nuclei. Multinucleated, C in the C. Multi means more than one nucleus is the multinucleated. Then D is a disc shaped nucleus. C in the diagram. E is a spherical nucleus. Here nucleus is a spherical. Then F is a oval nucleus. Its shape is oval. G bilobed nucleus. There the two lobes. That's the bilobe nucleus. Then H, here multi-lobe nucleus, more than two lobes is the multi-lobe nucleus. Then C shape, here I see in diagram, I C shape nucleus of the verticilla. Here the nucleus is C shape, capital C shape nucleus of verticilla. J periform nucleus of paramecium. Then the see here K spirostomus, the monoliform nucleus, single monoliform nucleus is the spirostomus. Dot 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 mono, small monoliform nucleus of spirotosome. Then labyrinthine nucleus or platyphalanx, L in C in the L, labyrinthine nucleus of the platyphalanx. Elliptical nucleus of sperms, here Cm is elliptical nucleus. Then the N, here the spindle shape of nucleus, spindle shape nucleus of the sperm. So here also variation from cell to cell is nucleus. Then ultrastructure of nuclear membrane. Here the ultrastructure membrane, the pore complex. Here nuclear envelope or the membrane. Then the nucleoplasm of or nuclear sac or the nuclear matrix. Here the chromatin or the nucleolus. In the nuclear envelope or the membrane, the structure of envelope, here the two roughly parallel or the outer membrane connecting with endoplasmic reticulum or the inner membrane crystalline layers. So see in this diagram here the in the center part is the eccentric part is the nucleolus. Then thread like structure is chromatin, or the liquid material in the cell or the gel is the nucleoplasm. Then some in the envelope, nuclear envelope, some pores are present here. The is nuclear pore or its cover is a nuclear envelope. So first is the nuclear envelope or the membrane. The nucleus is separated from the cytoplasm by a double membrane called the nuclear envelope, and the two membranes separated from each other by perinuclear space of varying width. Each layer is about 100 to 300 angstrom apart, leaving discontinuous perinuclear space that communicates with the channel of cytoplasmic membrane. So here the pores, it's a discontinuous peripheral nuclear space that communicates with the channels of cytoplasmic membrane. The envelope is absent only during the time of cell division for a very brief periods. So see here the structure of envelope in the two membrane of the nuclear envelope are roughly parallel and each membrane is 70 to 80 angstrom thick. So outer membrane has connecting with ER and the ribosomes on the outer side. See in this diagram, the outer membrane has connections with endoplasmic reticulum and has ribosome on the outer sides. There the inner membrane possesses a crystalline layer, often coated with filaments and fibrous structures. So, some of which extend deeper in the nucleus and others may attach to the chromatin materials. So, the nuclear membrane are separated by perinuclear space which discontinuous except some area where the membranous join to pore complexes. So see here the pore complexes. In the pore complexes, nucleoplasmic pore complexes are gateway connecting the nucleoplasm and the cytoplasm. It's a gateway for the exchanging of the intranucleated material or the outer nucleated material. So there the number of the pores per unit are of the envelope vary with cell type and the physiological state of the cells. So the number of pores range from 100 to 5 into 10 raised to 2 pores. So the two membranes around these pores are continuity and forms a round lip around the circular area. So the space between the two membranes, see in the first diagrams, here the pore complexes, here annulus, outer membrane, nuclear membrane. Some ribosomes are present on endoplasmic reticulums or the inner membrane is also double layers. So the two membranes around these pores are is continuity and forms a rounded lip around the circular area. So the space between the two membranes is irregular and discontinuous and has varying width. So the perinucleated space is filled with the fluid communicating with the endoplasmic reticulums. So okay, perinucleated space is filled with fluid communicating with the endoplasmic reticulums. So, in second diagram, see the spoke here present spoke, outer nuclear membrane or nuclear envelopes, inner nuclear membrane, nuclear basket is hold all nuclear basket. Nucleoplasm, blue in color is the nucleoplasm and the violet color is the cytoplasm. So cytoplasmic ring central transporters, that is the its protein. Okay, central transporters is orange in color. Then proximal filaments and the cytoplasmic filaments is the nuclear complex. This is complicated. It's just for understanding. But in black and white diagram is compulsory using our exam. Okay. So here the pore complexes. The nuclear envelope is interrupted at interval by nuclear pores, which act as a passage ways for transport of various type of materials. In plant cells, these pores are irregular and sparsely distributed over the surface of the nucleus. But in the certain animal cells, that is example amphibian oocytes, the pores are numerous and regularly arranged. It has been observed that the number of pores per unit area of an envelope varies with the cell type and with the physiological state of the cells. So the pores are aligned with the nucleoplasmic channels. The number of pores range from 100 to 5 into 10 raised to 7 in different cells. It seems that the pores number is related to pores density and the number of RNA molecules being transported from the nucleus. So the pores are also arranged in row or hexagonal clusters. Got it? Here the is continuously connection, or the pores are arranged. Second part is the here in the nuclear pore complex in nuclear membrane in the deep. So see here the outer membrane of the nuclear envelope. First see need observe first pore complex, and this pore complex is structure of nuclear pore. First diagram, A diagram is the structure of nuclear pore. Here outer membrane of the nuclear envelope and the inner membrane of the nuclear envelope. Here the its diameter of nuclear pore is 66 nanometer is variable, not fixed, but about 66 nanometer in inner membrane, or the outer hexagonal membrane is 78 nanometers. So the pores are arranged in rows or hexagonal cluster. In the electron microscope study shows that the pores contain some electron dense material and are enclosed by some annular material, which is granular. So the pore diameter also varies from cell to cell, or generally from 50 to 100 nanometer, and these circular structure are called annuli. These structural, see in second diagram, here the annulus, and these the annulus annuli are the which along with the pores form a pore complex, or the annulus is a ring like and consisting of 8 granulars, each with a diameter of 15 to 17 nanometer, and the matrix of the annulus may be amorphous or the fibrillar, which is digested by trypsin and hence is proteinous in nature. Trypsin is the enzyme, is digested by the trypsin and hence is the proteinous in nature. Got it? See in annulus. In first diagram, black and white. In a right hand side, annulus, and this annulus here the in second diagram. See this annulus is a ring shape. About annulus ring like consisting 8 granulars. 8 granules, each with a diameter of 15 to 17, 15 to 17 nanometer. The matrix of annulus may be amorphous or fibrillar, which is digested by the trypsin and hence is proteinous in nature. And if it is, however, not hydrolyzed by nucleus, the pore complex is a rigid structure. However, it not hydrolyzed by nucleus. So the pores complex is a rigid structure like the rubber structure. Elastic rubber is a rigid pore complex is a rigid structure. Below the inner membrane of nuclear envelope, there is an internal dense lamella composed of homogeneous material called the honeycomb layer, which is bordered by the lump of chromatin on the inner surface. The thickness of the lamella varies from 200 to 800 angstrom. The nuclear envelope shows connection with the nuclear component as well as the cytoplasmic region. So the dense chromatin region or the layer is interrupted below the pores, giving rise to internucleated channels which open on the nuclear surface through the pores. Here the honeycomb structure, hexagonal structure, or the inner part is the honeycomb structure. So here the pore complexes. The dense chromatin region or the layer interrupted below the pores, giving rise to internucleated channel and which open on the nuclear surface through the pores. It's a completely nuclear pore complexes. Got it? The next one is the nucleoplasm or the nuclear sap or the nuclear matrix. Is all about a liquid material in nucleus. So dense gel-like mass which is composed of two elements, a nuclear gel or karyolim or and the chromatins. So the body of the nucleus within the nuclear envelope is made up of dense jelly-like mass which is composed of two elements, each of which is dynamic in nature and has complex chemical composition. So these elements of nuclear sap are the nuclear gel or the caryolin and the chromatin. So the nuclear gel, it is a here the rich in protein is it is a highly granular containing fibrous material. It is a rich in protein which account for more than 90% of the material. So the small percentage of DNA, RNA and phospholipids is also present. The proteins are largely acidic and they have an unusual properties of expanding and contracting under the influence of Ca2 plus and Mg2 plus ions. And in this region, some event like replication of DNA, transcription, and transport of substance takes place in a nuclear gel. Got it? Here the rich in protein more than 90% of the material and small percentage of the DNA, RNA, and the phospholipids also present. Then third one is the chromatin. It's also part in a nucleoplasmic part. It's a chromatin. Chromo means the colored and soma means the body. It's a colored body in nucleus or the nuclear sac or the nucleoplasm. So in eukaryotic cells, the genetic materials is organized into complex structure composed of DNA and the protein localized in the specialized compartment, the nucleus. This structure was called chromatin. The other component of the nuclear matrix includes nucleolus and the chromatin. Got it? Nucleolus or the chromatin. And the chromatin is present in condensed form, that is the heterochromatin. Is a condensed form, that is a heterochromatin called the heterochromatin. And the present in uh, patches near the nuclear envelope, either scattered in the interior or the surrounding the nucleus. So the matrix also networks of non-chromatic material forming intrachromatic matrix. Here the some functions of chromatin: DNA replications, DNA transcriptions, and the post-transcriptional processes. So it was first through that the site of DNA replications lie in vicinity of nuclear envelope, and these assumptions was based on the observation that the most of the chromatin material is localized on the nuclear side of the envelope. So however, latest findings suspended in the matrix. So matrix is made up of some proteins which can be easily digested or hydrolyzed by the enzyme pepsin or some enzymes trypsin. Pepsin or the trypsin. So the nucleolus. Next one is the fourth part is the nucleolus. Is the first recognized by Fonton in 1874. The nucleolus is distinct structure present in the nucleus of eukaryotic cells. Here, the primarily it participated in assembling the ribosomes, then alternation of the transfer RNAs and sensing cellular stress. So the nucleus is composed of RNA and the protein, which forms around specific chromosomal region. So see in this diagram here the is a nucleus and its nucleus central part is the nucleolus. Here the perinucleolar chromatin is the outer layer or the envelope is perinucleolar chromatins, and the internal is the internucleolar chromatins. And the liquid here the some liquids is the matrix, nucleolus matrix, then fibrils or some granules are present in the nucleolus. So the under light microscope nucleolus appears as the fluid or semi-solid homogeneous body. So the it shows four main components, namely granular, fibril, matrix, and chromatin. Granules. See in this diagram, granules, then fibrils, then here internal matrix and the chromatins. So granules, see in this diagram, granules. The granular regions generally occurs dense at the periphery of the nucleolus, and these granules are of 150 to 200 angstrom in diameters. So the granular contains ribonucleoproteins in which RNA and the protein are in the ratio to 1 as to 2 ratio. Here the ratio is the RNA and protein is 1 as to 2. That is the one RNA and it's double 2 proteins. So granular are generally modified into ribosomes. All the granulars are connected together by this filament resembling the string with the beads, like a beads. Got it? So here the fibrils. So see, fibrils. Fibrils regions is also known as the nucleoleoma. Nucleoleoma. Sorry, nucleolonema. Nucleolomena. It's a fibril region is also known as the nucleolomena. Lonema. It mainly composed by many fine fibrils called the fibrils, and they are made up of ribonucleic protein and with 50 to 80 angstrom in length, and both granules and fibrils are digested by ribonuclease enzymes. Both granular and the fibrils are digested by ribonuclease enzymes. Then next one is the matrix. Here the matrix is also known called amorphous or proteinous regions. The granules and the fibrils are point out that the nuclear matrix is the major site whose DNA replication first takes place, and the latter it gets associated with the nuclear envelope also. So the nuclear matrix is also the site of transcription because a certain amount of residual RNA is found associated with the matrix protein. Subsequently, RNA undergoes post-transcription changes in the matrix itself where it possesses to smaller RNA piece which ultimately possess through the nuclear pores into the cytoplasm. So the its chemical completely nucleolus. Here the nucleolus is site of transcription because certain amount of residual RNA is found associated with the matrix protein. So here some important content is granules, fibrils, matrix. Got it? Next, chemical composition. In the chemical compositions, here the it's surrounded by a ring funging positive chromine, which actually represented heterochromatin region of the chromosomes. So, as far the chemical compositions of nucleolus is constant, 5 to 10% of nucleolus is made up of RNA, and remaining part is made up of protein. RNA and the protein. So 5 to 10% of the nucleolus is made up of RNA and remaining part is made up of protein. So function of the nucleus here the uh, sorry the main protein component are phosphoprotein. The acid phosphatase, nucleosides, phosphorylase and NAD plus synthesizing enzymes have been localized in the nucleolus. So here the function of nucleolus. Here the function of nucleolus, ribosome formations. Ribosome formation, nucleolus is involved in biogenesis of ribosomes. Then RNA productions. Here the RNA production, nucleolus is one of the most active site of RNA synthesis, and it produced about 70-90% of cellular RNA in many cells. So it is also the source of ribosomal RNA, that is the rRNAs, is the main source of the rRNAs. Got it? Its function, main function, most active site of RNA synthesis, and it produces 70 to 90% of cellular RNA in the in many cells. In main function of nucleus synthesis. Then protein synthesis. Maggio in 1960 and the other have suggested that the protein synthesis takes place in the nucleolus, and some cell biologists suggest that ribosomal protein are synthesized by nucleolus. Then the role in mitosis, sorry, role in mitosis, the nucleolus plays the nucleolus plays a significant role in mitosis. Nucleolus plays a significant role in mitosis. Then main here the nucleocytoplasmic interaction. So here the nucleocytoplasmic interaction. The most of the nucleic acid like DNA, RNA of the cells forms the nucleus, and those found in the cytoplasm are thought to the have migrated there. So the main exceptions are released to DNA of some cytoplasmic organisms. So mRNA is formed in the nucleus in the associated with the chromosomes, and rRNAs is also forms in the nucleus, especially in the nucleolus. So since some protein synthesis goes on to the nucleus, that is the mRNA and ribosomes first because become associated with the nucleus to form functional polysomes. So most polysomes are found in the cytoplasm, and it assumed that they migrated this through the pores in the nuclear membrane. So recently evidence has been obtained for existence of particles which appears in the nucleus but rapidly becomes associated with polysomes in the cytoplasm. So these particles contain a precursor of the 40S ribosomal subparticles and possibly mRNA. It may associated with 60 subunit subparticles forming molecules of mRNA. Other ribosomes may then become attached and may be extensively reused in the cytoplasm. So here the most important polysomes remain in free in cell sap but become bound to the membrane of the endoplasmic reticulums. So cellular activities is controlled by nucleus and more specifically by DNA located in the uh, chromosomes. The RNA involved in protein synthesis originated in the nucleus and it's in transfer to the cytoplasm, and it generally accepted that some macromolecules, small organic molecules, water and iron can pass across the nuclear envelope. So these macromolecules can cross the nuclear envelope through the nuclear pore by active transport by living and exchange through the endoplasmic reticulum. Many studies suggested that granular materials or nucleolar rotation passed from the nucleus to the cytoplasm and may be involved in the biogenesis of ribosomes. So it's completely nucleocytoplasmic interaction. Here the most important cellular activity is controlled by nucleus and more specifically by DNA located in the chromosomes. Got it? So once again, revise. Nucleus. What is nucleus? Nucleus is the most prominent organelle in the cell. Is house the cell's DNA. Nucleus is house the cell's DNA and directed the synthesis of ribosome and proteins. So here the shape is also variable and its size, shape and number. It's all variable from cell to cell. So size here the size according to the ratio nucleoplasmic index. Here the NP is equal to nuclear volume divided by volume of cytoplasm and nuclear volume. The position volume of cytoplasm minus nuclear volume. Its a position is variable embryonic hair center in position adipose tissue peripheral granular cells is the basal region. Number also variable cell to cell in almost all higher animal except RBCs, mature RBCs are here some cells are mononucleated, some binucleated, some multinucleated or the polynucleated. The shape of nucleus varies in different cells. I'll see in this diagram. And ultrastructure of nuclear membrane and pore complexes. Here the some complexes are nuclear envelope or membrane, nucleoplasm or nuclear sap or nuclear matrix, chromatin, nucleolus, nuclear envelope or a membrane. Here the structure and the pore complexes. Then the nucleoplasm or nuclear sap or the nuclear matrix. Then the nuclear gel. Here the gel. Uh, then chromatin is a colored body, that is the chromatin's function DNA replication, DNA transcription, post-transcription process. Then nucleolus also is a distinct structure present in the nucleus of eukaryotic cells. The primarily it participating in assembling the ribosome, alternation of RNA, transfer RNAs, tRNAs in the cellular stress. The nucleolus is composed of RNA and protein, which forms around specific chromosomal regions. Its chemical compositions, its functions. Got it? So here the some exercise or the frequently asked these questions is discuss the structure and function of nucleus, then describe morphology of nucleus and function of nuclear envelope, The very second question is the name the various component of nucleus. Give an account structure and function of each. The some notes here. The write short note on nuclear envelope, function of nucleus, nuclear matrix, four complex, nucleolus, nucleoprotein. It's common question asking exam. So got it. Okay, thank you. Next lecture on cytoskeleton.